Okay, in today's class, we will see about heat transfer and different forms of work. So now we are here, work and heat. So we are learning about work, heat, and defining work and heat as path function or point function. So we are at this point in the syllabus. So in this class, we will study about different forms of work done and the sign convention for heat transfer, and heat transfer is also a path function. So coming to different forms of work, so there are different forms of work, that means shaft work. The work may be in the form of shaft work, electrical work, paddle wheel work. So there are different forms of work. So here when we consider this shaft, here is, if you see the diagram here, when we consider the shaft as one system, and it is if it is rotated by means of a motor, okay, so when this shaft is rotated by means of a motor, there will be a work transfer into this system. That means with the help of the energy of the motor is given to this shaft. That means there is an energy transfer from the motor to the system. So because of this is because this shaft can rotate this pulley. Okay, and this pulley can raise the weight. So if you attach some weight here, when the shaft is rotated here, the shaft can rotate the pulley and this pulley can raise the weight. Okay, so in thermodynamics, work is said to be done when the net effect is raising of the weight. So thermodynamics లో వర్క్ ఎప్పుడు జరుగుతుంది అని చెప్తాము అంటే నెట్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అనేది ఒక వెయిట్ ని రైజ్ చేసేటట్లుగా ఉన్నట్లయితే then we will say that work is done by the system. Okay, so ఇప్పుడు మనం షాఫ్ట్ ని ఒక సిస్టమ్ లాగా తీసుకున్నట్లయితే, so if the shaft is connected to the motor, so motor will run the shaft. When the shaft is connected to the pulley and the pulley is attached with the weight W, so when the shaft rotates, the weight will rise. That means some amount of work is done. So that work we will calculate here. Okay, so here since a force F is acting, so torque is developed. So torque is given by force into perpendicular radius. So here if you see, F is the force acting here and R is the perpendicular radius. So force into radius will give the torque. So from this force is given by torque divided by radius. F is equal to T divided by R. Okay, after finding out the force, this force is acting. So force into distance will give the work done. So force we have calculated from torque. Okay, and coming to distance here, so this force acts at a distance S here, which is related by this radius R. So this distance is given by 2 pi R into N, where N is the number of revolutions that the shaft rotates. Okay, so then shaft work is given by force into distance. So force means here we got it as T by R, into distance we got it as 2 pi Rn. So if R gets cancelled here, then the work done then the shaft work is given by 2 pi Nt. Okay, so if we want to calculate the power, we have to calculate. So work done is given as 2 pi Nt. Okay, where N is the number of revolution and T is the torque developed. So torque is equal to force into radius. So if you want to calculate the power, power is given by work done per second. So work done means 2 pi Nt. Per time, we have to write per time, per second or per time. So this N by time can be written as N dot. Okay, so which becomes 2 pi N dot into T. Okay, so work done, the shaft work is given by the formula 2 pi Nt, where N is the number of revolutions and T is the torque. So torque can be found out from the relation torque is equal to force into radius. Okay, so after finding out work done, then the power is given by power is equal to work done per second. So work done we got as 2 pi Nt divided by time. So N by time we will write it as N dot here. So this is the formula for power and this is the formula for work done. Okay, so this is one of the form of work done. So mechanical forms of work, in different forms of work, shaft work is one of the form of work. So we will write this formula for work as work is equal to force into distance. So force can be written as torque into radius. So if you replace that, we will get 2 pi Nt, and W dot, which is equal to power here, is equal to 2 pi N dot into T. So that is the difference between work and power. So next, coming to work done by stretching of a wire. So this is another form of work done, which is called as work done in stretching of a wire. So if we consider a wire as a system, in the previous example in shaft work, we consider the shaft as a system, and here in stretching of a wire, we will consider some wire as a system. So if we consider this wire as a system, the length of the wire in which there is a tension is changed from L to, so if you consider length L, wire of length L, so if you apply force here, what happens is the length will change from L to L plus DL. సో మనం ఈ వైర్ ని స్ట్రెచ్ చేసాము అని అంటే ఏమవుతుందంటే లెంత్ అనేది కొంత ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. ఎంత ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుందంటే డిఎల్ లెంత్ ఇంక్రీజ్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడు ఫైనల్ గా లెంత్ మొత్తం ఏమవుతుంది, ఎల్ ప్లస్ డిఎల్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, సో దట్ మీన్స్ అప్పుడు వర్క్ డన్ ఎలా క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి అంటే, డ్యూ టు దిస్ చేంజ్ ఇన్ లెంత్ వర్క్ డన్ కెన్ బి క్యాలిక్యులేటెడ్ యూజింగ్ ద ఫార్ములా W is equal to minus S into dA. Okay, so this is the formula to calculate the work done. So దీనికన్నా ముందుల, so stretching, if work is done by the stretching of a wire under tension, so work done ఎలా రాస్తాం, జనరల్ గా force into distance రాస్తాం. So since work is done by stretching of a wire వల్ల వస్తుంది కాబట్టి tension వల్ల, so we will write in place of force here, we will write tension here, T. So and DL is the change in length, and negative sign indicates the force is under tension. Okay, so T is the tension and DL is the small extension or change in length. So here sigma T can be replaced with, so stress is given by force per area. Generally we know that stress is equal to force per area. So here in stretching of a wire, sigma is given by tension by area. Okay, so sigma can also be written in terms of Hooke's law as E into epsilon or E into strain. Okay, so sigma is equal to force per area. In place of 4 we are writing tension here, so tension per area, which is equal to E into strain, where E is the Young's modulus and small e represents the strain. Strain means, the definition of strain is change in length by actual length. So change in length is real, actual length is L naught. So if you substitute all these values in this delta W, so delta W is equal to minus, so if you substitute all these values, delta W is equal to minus T into DL. So that is equal to minus, T means here we can write it as, from this equation T can be written as A into capital E small e. So A into capital E small e into DL, from strain relation DL can be written as L naught into DE. So L naught into DE. So this is also another formula for calculating the work done by stretching of a wire. So by wire under tension here, so expansion of the surface, so the surface can also be expanded when the wire is stretched. So the expansion of the surface is given by delta W is equal to minus S into dA, where S is the surface tension and dA is the area. Okay, so that means there are, here we have seen two types of work transfer. First one is in the form of shaft work. One form of work is in the form of shaft work, and another form of the work is in the form of stretching of a wire. And third type is flow work. Flow work means when the water or any fluid flows here, flows at inlet and it is flowing at outlet, we will say that some amount of work is done on the system. So this dotted line is representing the control volume. That means the area upon which our analysis is done. Okay, so here workflow is given by, in any case work done is given by force into distance here. Okay, force into DL into, so if you write in terms of area here, so we can multiply and divide with area so that the value will not change. And area into DL can be written as volume here. So area into DL can be written as volume here, and force per area is pressure. Okay, so delta W means work done is P into dV. That means delta W represents work done for a small element. If you consider any small strip here, the work done for that small elemental volume is given by P into dV. So if you want to calculate for the entire system, for the complete system, what we will do is we will integrate on both sides in order to calculate the total work done. Okay, so for a small infinite length, we will calculate delta W is equal to PdV, and for complete length we will integrate between the limits 1 to 2 for getting the total work done. So this is the flow work. Okay, and next coming to electrical work. So this is another form of work which is called as electrical work. So electrical work means if you consider any electrical wire. So if the wire is taken, when the current flowing through this, if you consider this resistor, when the current flowing through this resistor is taken as one system. So this dotted line represents the system. Inside this region completely is a system, and this is the system boundary. And above the system boundary, all these are surroundings here. Okay. So there is a work transfer into the system here. So why we are saying there is a work transfer means because the current here that is flowing can drive this motor. If you connect a motor here, the current flowing inside this system can run a motor here. So if you connect some motor here, this current I can run this motor, and this motor can again drive a pulley. If I arrange a pulley here, this motor can drive a pulley here, and if we place any weight here, this pulley can raise the weight. So thermodynamic work means, the definition of thermodynamic work is, if a work is said to be done by the system, if the net effect on the system by the system is raising of the weight. So if the weight is raised, then we say that work is done. So here if we pass a current through this resistor, so this current can drive the motor, and this motor can drive the pulley, and this pulley can rotate to raise the weight. That means the net effect of by the system can raise the weight here. Okay, so then we will say that there is some thermodynamic work. So that work can be calculated by using the relation. So if current I here is flowing, and I is in terms of amperes here. So where C is the charge in coulombs, and here T is the time. So I is given by I is equal to dC by dt. So this is I is equal to dC by dt is the formula. Current I is equal to change in charge divided by change in time. Okay. So, and the work done is given by, so dW is equal to E into dC. Okay. So dW is equal to E into, here from here dC can be written as I into dt. Okay. So this is the small work done. If you want a complete work done, we have to integrate on both sides. So integral of dW is W. So if you integrate here, it becomes integral 1 to 2 EI into dt. So this is the formula for electrical work done. Okay. So, and next coming to paddle work here. So as the weight is lowered here, so if we arrange a cylinder and piston arrangement here, so if you place a stirrer, and if you wound some of the thread here, and below this thread if you place some weight here, what happen is, so there is a work transfer into the fluid system which gets stirred here. So since the volume of the system here remains constant, so the volume of the system is constant here, work done is 0. So if m is the mass of the weight, so if you take this weight is of mass m, is lowered through some distance dz. Okay, and T is the torque transmitted here, then dW is given by mg means weight, and dz means distance. So we will write work as force into distance. So force here, what is the force here that is acting is only weight. So the force is acting in terms of weight here. Okay, so weight W is given by m into g, and distance that is traveled is dz. So force into distance means mg into dz. Okay, so this can be written in terms of torque and angle of rotation d theta as t into d theta. So this is for small volume. So for, if you consider only elemental area, this is the elemental work done. So in order to get the total work done, we have to integrate on both sides. So integral of dW is W, which is equal to integration between the limits 1 to 2 mz into z dz. So which is equal to, this can be written as W dash, weight. Okay. So which is equal to, if you integrate this also, we will get the integral between the limits 1 to 2 t into d theta. So here W dash represent mg, which is the weight that is lowered. So this is the amount of weight that is lowered, that means reduced. So the net work done on the system is given by adding all the work done. Okay. So often different forms of work transfer occur simultaneously during a process executed by a system. When all these work interactions have been evaluated, the total or net work done by the system would be equal to the algebraic sum. That means the total work done, W total is equal to W displacement plus W shear. Plus, that means all types of work, electrical work, shaft work, paddle work, all the flow work, if we add all different types of work, we will get the total work done by the system. So, which we will call it as net work. And next, coming to the heat transfer. So heat is defined as a form of energy that is transferred across a boundary by virtue of its temperature difference. That means if you observe any temperature difference, we will say that the work is done. That means there is a heat transfer. Okay, so if you take two bodies at different temperature, if you take one body here at 100 degrees centigrade and if you take another body at 200 degrees centigrade. So this is at 100 degrees centigrade and this is at 200 degrees centigrade. What happens? The heat will flow from 200 degrees centigrade to 100 degrees centigrade. That means this heat is a form of energy. So some energy will flow from 200 degrees centigrade to 100 degrees centigrade because of this temperature difference. So that the type of energy that flows from this higher temperature to lower temperature, we call that it as heat energy. So heat means it is the form of energy that can be transferred from one system here. So this is one system which is at higher temperature and to the other system which is at lower temperature. So this energy is flowing because of the temperature difference between the two systems. Okay. So in thermodynamics, thermodynamics is concerned with the what is the amount of heat that is flowing. Okay, only we will calculate the amount of heat transfer. Is concerned with the amount of heat transfer as the system undergoes a process from one equilibrium state to another equilibrium state. That means if you take any TS diagram, so in heat transfer we will draw the TS diagram. So whereas in work transfer we will draw the PV diagram. So that is the difference between the heat transfer and the work transfer. So in heat transfer, if you draw any TS diagram, if you mark any process that is transferring from state 1 to state 2. So this is one equilibrium state and this is another equilibrium state. So here the system will change from the state 1, equilibrium state 1 to equilibrium state 2 because of only the heat transfer. Okay. So whereas in work done here, if you draw the PV diagram, the system will change from state 1 to state 2 because of the work transfer. So work transfer means it is a PV diagram and heat transfer means it is a TS diagram. So heat transfer here deals with the determination of the rates of such energy transfers as well as the variation of temperature. So this heat transfer deals only with the variation of the temperatures here. Okay, so and the transfer of energy is always from a higher temperature body to a lower temperature body. Okay, so at what time the heat transfer will stop means when both bodies reach the same temperature, because if you take this as at 100 degrees centigrade and if you take another system at 200 degrees centigrade, so heat is flowing from higher temperature body 1, body 2 to lower temperature body 1. So if both reach at 150 degrees centigrade, then there will be no heat transfer here. That means heat transfer stops when the two mediums we taken reach the same temperature. So this heat transfer can be transferred in three different modes. So there are three different modes of heat transfer: conduction, convection and radiation. So what is conduction, what is convection and what is radiation means? So conduction means if you take two solid bodies. So if you take two solid bodies at two different temperatures. So I'm drawing here the conduction. So conduction means, so if you take two solid bodies, these are two solid bodies which is at a temperature of here 100 degrees centigrade and 200 degrees centigrade. And if you keep these two bodies at closer, so if you take them into direct contact with each other, so what happens is heat is transferred from 200 degrees centigrade to 100 degrees centigrade. So when two solid bodies are kept in contact with each other and the heat transfer takes place between the two bodies, then we will say that it is the heat transfer is occurring through conduction. Conduction ante rendu solid bodies తీసుకొని different temperatures దగ్గర రెండు డైరెక్ట్ కాంటాక్ట్ లో తీసుకొచ్చిన తర్వాత అప్పుడు హీట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ జరిగితే దాన్ని కండక్షన్ జరిగింది అని అంటాం. సో హీట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఈజ్ అక్కరింగ్ త్రూ కండక్షన్ అని చెప్తాం. So next coming to convection. Convection means, So if the heat transfer occurring between the solid and a fluid medium, fluid ante fluid may be of a liquid ayi undochu, adi gaseous ayana ayi undochu. సో ఇప్పుడు ఒక సాలిడ్ బాడీ తీసుకొని సో దీన్ని 100 డిగ్రీ సెంటిగ్రేడ్ దగ్గర మనం ప్లేస్ చేస్తే సాలిడ్ బాడీని, సో చుట్టూతో ఏముంటుంది, ఎయిర్ ఉంటుంది. మనం ఒక రూమ్ లో తీసుకొచ్చి పెట్టామనుకున్నాం, ఇఫ్ యూ ప్లేస్ ఎనీ సాలిడ్ బాడీ ఎట్ 100 డిగ్రీ సెంటిగ్రేడ్, ఇఫ్ యూ ప్లేస్ దట్ సాలిడ్ బాడీ ఇన్సైడ్ ఎ రూమ్ చుట్టూ రూమ్ లో ఏముంటుంది, ఎయిర్ ఉంటుంది. ఎయిర్ ఈస్ ఏ గ్యాస్ విచ్ ఈస్ ఏ ఫ్లూయిడ్. పెట్టినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, ఎయిర్ విల్ టేక్ దిస్ హీట్ ఎనర్జీ. So that means heat is transferred between the solid medium and the air outside. So solid ki air ki jarugutundi ikkada heat transfer anedi. Otherwise if you place the solid body inside a water lo తీసుకెళ్ళి ప్లేస్ చేశారు అనుకోండి, 100 డిగ్రీ సెంటిగ్రేడ్ దాకా వచ్చి హీట్ చేసిన తర్వాత అప్పుడేమవుతుంది, హీట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఎలా జరుగుతుంది, సాలిడ్ కి వాటర్ కి మధ్య జరుగుతుంది. సో ఎయిర్ ఈజ్ ఎ ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ గ్యాస్ అండ్ వాటర్ ఈజ్ ఎ ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ లిక్విడ్. So gas and liquid both are called as fluids. So if the heat transfer occurs between a solid medium and a fluid medium, then we will say that it is a convection process. And coming to radiation, so radiation means radiation process lo heat transfer jarugutundi ante entante electro waves dwara. So ఇప్పుడు sun rays ఉన్నాయి, sun నుంచి మనకి heat transfer ఎలా వస్తుంది, waves ద్వారా వస్తుంది. సో అలా waves ద్వారా వస్తే దాన్ని radiation అంటాము. So there are three modes of heat transfer: conduction, convection and radiation. So conduction means heat transfer occurring between two solid surfaces, and convection means heat transfer occurring between a solid and a fluid medium, whereas radiation means heat transfer occurs in a form of a electromagnetic waves. So here if you draw a PV diagram, so if you draw a PV diagram, if you draw any process here 1 to 2 అనేది ఏదో ఒక ప్రాసెస్, ఒక పాలిట్రోపిక్ ప్రాసెస్ తీసుకుందాం, PV power n is equal to constant అని. So if you draw any curve in a PV diagram, so the area under this curve in a PV diagram gives the amount of work transfer. PV diagram లో కర్వ్ తీసుకొని ఆ కర్వ్ కింద ఏరియా ఏం క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తే ఏమొస్తుందంటే వర్క్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ వస్తుందమ్మా. సో వేరాస్ ఇఫ్ యూ డ్రా ది TS diagram, TS ఇది ఎస్ అంటే ఇక్కడ ఎంట్రోపీ అమ్మ. ఎంట్రోపీ అనేది మీకు సెకండ్ లా ఆఫ్ థర్మోడైనమిక్స్ అప్పుడు ఎంటర్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఎంట్రోపీ అంటే ఏంటో నేను చెప్తాను. సో ఇఫ్ యు డ్రా ఏ TS డయాగ్రామ్, సో ద ఏరియా అండర్ ఎనీ కర్వ్, ఏదో ఒక కర్వ్ తీసుకొని, సో ద ఏరియా అండర్ ఎనీ కర్వ్ హియర్ ఇన్ ద TS డయాగ్రామ్ విల్ గివ్ ద అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ హీట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్. సో వర్క్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఏమన్నా PV డయాగ్రామ్ నుంచి వస్తుందమ్మా, హీట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఏమన్నా TS డయాగ్రామ్ నుంచి వస్తుంది. సో దిస్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్. So the area under any curve in the PV diagram gives the amount of work transfer, whereas the area under any curve in the TS diagram gives the amount of heat transfer. So coming to the sign convection here, so this is the sign convention. Okay, so if you take the system here and boundary, heat transfer out of the system is taken as negative and heat transfer into the system is taken as positive. So this is the sign convention for heat. So the opposite of this is work transfer, as we have already studied. The work transfer into the system, the work done by the system is taken as, so work done by system is taken as positive and work done on the system is taken as negative. So if the work is done on the system, we will call it as negative work. And if the work is done by the system, we will call it as positive work. So the reverse is heat transfer into the system is taken as positive and heat transfer out of the system is taken as negative. So anything outside the system and its boundary is called as surroundings. So next one is heat transfer, a path function. So here if we consider a PV diagram, and if you draw any process 1 to 2, a quasi-static process, as we have already studied, the area under PV diagram gives this area is work transfer. So the area under any quasi-static curve in a TX diagram or TS diagram gives the heat transfer. So the formula for work done is, as we have already studied, W1 to 2 is equal to integral PdV. That means integral of this term P and this dV term. So similarly, the amount of heat transfer, we are saying that the area under any curve in the TS diagram will give the heat transfer. That heat transfer Q can be found out by integrating. Here P means this y-axis term. Here the y-axis term is T. So I am writing T. dV means the elemental x-axis term. So The elemental x-axis term is dx here. Okay, so work transfer is given by integral p dv, whereas heat transfer is given by integral p dx. So whether the heat transfer, we already know that the work done is a path function. So now we will study whether the heat transfer is a path function or a point function. So we already studied that work transferred gives the area under any curve. That means the amount of work that is transferred is given by the area under this curve. That means the work transfer depends on the path that is followed. So depending on this path only, the amount of work transfer depends. In a similar way, the amount of heat transfer depends upon the path that is followed by this process 1 to 2. That means we can say that heat transfer is also a path function, since the amount of heat transfer depends on the path that is followed. So if 1 to 2 is joined by this curve like this, the area will differ. If the area differ means the amount of heat transfer differ. That means heat transfer is a path function. It depends upon the path that is followed. So here, if we observe, whenever there is a difference in pressure, so if you differentiate between these two curves, whenever if we observe a difference in pressure, this is the pressure at state 1 and this is the pressure at state 2. Okay, so there is a difference of pressure from state 1 to state 2. So if you observe any change in pressure, there is surely some amount of work that is done. Similarly, if there is a temperature difference here, so this is one temperature and this is one temperature. If there is a temperature difference, there will be a heat transfer. That means whether if pressure difference is taken as the source, as the cause. So if pressure difference is the cause, is taken as a cause, then what is the effect is work transfer. Okay. Similarly, if temperature difference is the cause, if there is a temperature difference, so if we taken this as a cause, the effect we will observe is heat transfer. So heat transfer occur when there is a temperature difference, and work transfer occur when there is a pressure difference. Okay. So that heat transfer can be given as 1 to 2 heat transfer. This is equal to heat transfer is equal to integral 1 to 2 dq, which is equal to integral 1 to 2 t into ds, similar to p into dv. So we are saying that heat transfer is a path function. That means the amount of heat transfer dq depends upon the path that is followed. That means it is an inexact differential. So similar to dw as an inexact differential, dq is also inexact differential. So it is represented by a dashed line at its top. Okay. And next here, dq is given by dq is equal to t into dx. So here x is an extensive property. Okay, so dx can be written as, so from this equation, dx can be written as 1 by t into dq. Okay, dq is an inexact differential. So this is an inexact differential. Whereas dx is an extensive property and it is an exact differential. Okay, that means inexact differential is equated to exact differential when we multiply it by factor called as integrating factor. Here 1 by t is an integrating factor. So here x can be defined, this is an extensive property which is, we'll define it as entropy. So we will study about this entropy when we study about the second law of thermodynamics. Okay. So the conclusion is, if so similar to dw is equal to pdv, so dv is equal to 1 by p into dw. That means inexact differential is equated to exact differential by multiplying with an integrating factor 1 by p in case of work transfer. So this is completely in terms of work transfer. If you consider heat transfer, that means dq is equal to t into dx. So here dx can be written as 1 by t into dq. That means inexact differential is made into exact differential by multiplying with an integrating factor 1 by t. In work transfer, the integrating factor is 1 by p, whereas in the heat transfer, the integrating factor is 1 by t. Okay. So in this class, we have studied about heat transfer, which is defined as a path function, and the sign convention for the heat transfer, and what does the area under heat transfer TS diagram represent, and what is the area under PV diagram represents, and different forms of work. Okay. Thank you.